sister. Why you gotta do me like that? Try to make it my way, but that's
Why they gotta do me like that? You know what I'm saying? Why they gotta do me like that? SSL podcast, man. Last week of the regular season coming up. We're gonna recap week 13. Back with my co-hosts, the great one, all in the family. And really not even Team Dog Water no more. Y'all can go back to the old name. Jarek, we in the building, man. Nah, you keeping that?
We're running with it, man. We're running with it.
I respect that, man. I respect that. Well, look, we're gonna be efficient today. We're gonna get through some shit, and yeah, we're gonna make shit happen. Um, why they not letting me? Oh, because I need a code. Pop that in. All right, and then we can get going, man. First game of week 13, man. Oh man, my pickings were terrible last week. But no, we're not here for that quite yet. Let's get into the first matchup, and that would be let's just start out with me, since now I've lost 7 straight games after starting 5-1. I've never heard of anything so crazy. I've never seen this, and Dominic is winning 7. So anyway, I lost. I didn't score 100 points. Kind of says it all. Lost guys. Jackson went out like third drive of the game. Cortland Sutton didn't even play but 3-4 snaps. Kenneth Walker took an injury. This is how my season ended last year. So here we are. Jared, you got anything you want to touch on here?
Bro, I just want to, I said it in the old text chat, but I'll say it on the podcast. Some of the village people saw the mountain starting to crumble a little after week 5. So I don't know. We did make mention of that. There's not much to say. Week 13 was I can't believe we had buys in week 13 and 14 this year. That's kind of weird. I don't know why they had them that late. What was the reason? Does anyone know the reason behind that? Nope. Maybe? No?
Extra game, man.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Oh, man. Your brother chose the sword. He shied away from the ball this week. I thought he might choose the ball to get his old brother and sneak in the playoffs there potentially. Good man, Oda, or not Oda, but Moda Great Dick. He certainly is Paw's Great Dick this year. Put up 135 even, and the Minglers couldn't put up 100. So that's a tough week. It's been a tough season for the Minglers over there. They got traded to a different team. Old Christian did, and I don't know that there's much that needs to be said on this.
Tell me about it. Oh, the great.
Right. Well, yeah, I was told to pass the message that sit your $5 ass down before you make changes. What Mitchell said.
Wow.
Wow. He said that, and you got beat pretty bad this week, man. You didn't break the hundo, man. A lot of injuries over there, man. Lamar went down, man. And Mitchell was over here feasting with Jalen Hurts this year, man. He really is, like you said, Mo the Great Dick, man. He's out here in the 3rd seed right now. Nice winning record. But yeah, he came to play this week, man. 135 would have beat a lot of people this week, but it's going to beat you every time, anytime you don't score over 100, man. I don't know, man. It's rough for you right now. I understand. I ain't gonna want to beat up on you too bad, man. But I have to say the proverb, man. The fall is hard, especially when the rocks come down with you. And
Proverb 0-0.
That's a fact.
But shout out to Mo the Great Dick, man. His team came to play, man. He's got a good team this year, man. That's what he did. He came and played, and the Minglers got mangled.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty hurt. If I'd have won this one, I would at least had an outside chance at the playoffs. But I, scored less than 100 multiple times in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, man. Life is hard, but we'll bounce back. Got a good keep. It doesn't even matter. Fuck your team, all. Next matchup. Let's talk about Team Dogwater, man. Getting a big victory, man. 128 to 123, and passing me in the standings. To move to 6-7. Jarrett, what was your motivation and what did you take from this win right here?
Man, I've been motivated for the last few weeks. I told you I was trending up. I'm going for that 6th spot. Been saying it all year. So that's a trend we can talk about if you want. Tron tried to play me, bro. I had a tough week with buys. Three of my, I got 2 top wide receivers and my QB1 out. Fucking week 13 bye, bro. I knew it was going to be make or break week for me. I needed 3 people to lose. I think you, Nico,
you got some?
and somebody else. You know what I mean? And Stocky or somebody else needed to lose for me to be able to, and I had to win for me to be able to jump in standings and potentially have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I got my two points out of the Colt. Michael Pittman, his shitty city as they call him in the streets. You know what I mean? I picked up my boy DJ Chark. I drafted that man, had to let him go to the streets. He came back, put up a faithful 12. That's nice. I got a week 1 D Swift with almost 20 points out of him. I can't complain. Pollard making his case to be the keeper next year. That man, even when Zeke's on the field, he's productive. Put up 23 this week. I mean, that man is just, even when Zeke's on the field, Zeke's eating and Pollard's eating.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, he's got his job, So, and Tron tried, man. Tron did some last minute roster management skills. He swapped out he picked up Taysom Hill, who put up 12, which is more than Pat Fryermuth, who he benched. So I can't really say he had conundrum problems. Man, he had Chase came back this week and he put up 13. That's pretty solid for a guy coming back off IR week 1. I mean, he put up a fight and it went down to the last seconds. Tom Brady had to score that touchdown and knock off some points off that New Orleans defense. He had 3 Monday night players. I needed Monday completion, but it was also known as a Monday night miracle. So, and I got that miracle. This week I got to get a dub and get and Troy got to win and beat the champ. And I might slide into that 6th spot,
Yeah, man, that's all you can do. You play to the end and you never give up. Impressive win, though, man. Impressive run to get back into things. Oda, what about you, man? What did you see here?
Oh man, this was a nail biter here, man. It went down to the wire, man. It was a pretty good game overall, back and forth. But anytime you're getting almost 30 points out of your defense, man, you got the better chance of winning in the matchup. So, I mean, you did it pretty good with the daily fantasy rostered wide receiver lineup. You got, the running backs came and put up some points for you. But Tron's over here been suffering, man. Leaning on Kamara, man. He should have been traded him when he had the opportunity. Jonathan Taylor. He's really been on that homer stuff this year, man. Like, it's a lot of moves he could have made, and he tried to make moves too late. You see, he started Garrett Wilson. He's starting Garrett Wilson, and that guy was dropped in probably like week 8 or 9. So, I mean, by that time, it was too late for him, man. Like, and it's I don't think he's making the playoffs. He's in the 11th spot. Yeah, he's up out of there. So it's done for him, and it was a good win for Team Dogwater over here, man. I can't really say nothing bad about it, man. The boys came and played, man. And as a homer, when your boys come and play, man, you got a better chance of winning. So, he did that this week.
That's a fact, man. And it must feel good, when your team comes to play from home and, your quarterback doesn't get injured in the first quarter and put up 1.3. But
hey, man, Dak went down week 1.
He did.
Dak went down week 1, which hurt bad. Dalton Schultz killed everything, bro.
I'm not bitter. Before we move on to the next matchup, I wanted to shoot a special shout out to my man Jay Bravo with the Blue Magic Lions Den representing, man. My man always coming up with something. These are premium rice papers right here. Blue. You know what I'm saying? That's Jay Bravo blue, man. That's Lionel Henry blue right there, man. Go get your merch, Lionel Henry here. If you need to hit the scan code to go check it out, check out the merch, check out the papers. more to come, man. They putting together big stuff, man. So shout out to my guy. But let's get into the next matchup. Oda, it wasn't your highest point total of the season, but again, that would have still beat 2 or 3 other teams, man. 142 for Peanut. Don't even know how he scores these many points. This whole season is a fucking outlier, if you ask me. Oda, what did you see there? How'd you feel about that game and your playoff push that you're making?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna give it up to Peanut, man. The better team won this week, and I have to say that based off the record and where the records are going to end up lying. So I mean, his team came and played, man. But like I just said with the last game, man, anytime you get high 20s, 30s in one from your defense, man, you got the better chance of winning the matchup that week. Not only that, man, his guys came and played, and my guys didn't. I got 1 point out of Waddle. I don't really know what happened that game, man. That really hurt, man. And his guys just, I don't know, man. He made a last minute starter with P. Ryan, made a good switch in. So I mean, I gotta commend him for that. He did some good roster management right there.
Yeah.
Wasn't really much I could do as far as bench bacon or swapping anybody in, man. Like my guys just didn't come to play, man, and that's what happened. 142 is gonna give you a good win on any good week. So I mean, Peanut's up there, man. He got good playoff aspirations. I'll probably end up match up against him in the playoffs or something. So, we'll have to come back to this.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are gonna meet again down the road. That's assuming that Mitchell, Peanut, Dominic, those kind of guys make deep pushes. But I've heard stuff about a rivalry bowl, first ever rivalry bowl between Dominic and Mitchell. Derek, what did you see here in this matchup?
It's an outlier week, as you said.
Outlier season.
I don't think when you're projected 153 and you post 118. Yahoo in week 13 isn't that far off on their projections. They've dialed it in by about week 4 or 5 usually each season. So you got kind of a mediocre week out of Josh Allen. I believe that was the Thursday night game. Toast has been just gross toast to everybody this year.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like maybe 1 or 2 people had some toast, but it wasn't even worth putting up a segment on the podcast about it.
No,
that's how bad That's how bad the Thursday night games have been. 20 from Allen is just kind of mediocre from Allen, but Herbert matched it. But you got Waddle with 1 point, that hurts. But Jacoby Myers matched it. You got the number 1 receiver and the number 1 running back in the year on your squad. I don't know. I don't know what it is. George Brittle put up 3. Wasn't that a man in the trade? Gabe Davis, single digits. Mike Evans, single digits. All trade. Seattle with 14. I mean, the defense is put up. It's just kind of a mediocre week out of your team, and his team fucking blew up. Tyler Lockett, P. Ryan, the last minute move. Little bit of bench bacon. Not much to really talk about there. Both these are playoff teams, and we'll see what first down killers can do in the playoffs.
I will say that P. Ryan won't be startable going forward. So I mean, there is that to look at. So I mean, like you said, man, that sometimes you get these lineups, man, that get put together, and I can't say much, man. I'm gonna give him his credit.
No. I mean, I definitely understand what you mean. I've been projected 140 points for the last 2 or 3 weeks now.
Oh, do you see the projections? I was projected 153 to his 125. I was projected to beat him.
Jared touched on
30
that.
points. Like it's crazy. Like I mean, the way this happens. This is not the first week this has happened.
Hey, don't feel bad. It ain't gonna be the last week either. Those projections are wrong this week also.
Damn.
Well, we'll have to see that. I mean, you can put your money where your mouth is. I don't know if we have money on the game or not, but we can put money on it. I don't really do all that talking. I just put money on the table.
All right, the allotted time to accept the bet has passed.
Right. That was not a rhetorical statement.
We can do 50 on it. You want 50 on this
50
week?
on it. Put it on the board.
Are we talking about you guys' total points there, or we talking about you guys' total points for the week?
Yeah, we're talking about we play.
Oh, y'all play this week.
W.
Oh,
Yeah, we're playing each other.
okay.
Yeah, this is win and I'm in, baby.
Even though hypothetically, man, my position is solidified, man. We could take a bye this weekend, actuality, so it really doesn't make a difference. I would have to score 0 to not be in the playoffs, and that would be something new.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised the way this season's going. It's been, like I said, an outlier season. Peanut, you handled your business. Oda, I'm sure you, like I said, going to make it down there. You'll be there when it all boils down. So we'll move on real quickly. Let's go on over here to the high point scorer of the week. Diggs had a little lamb. Another team that's just made an insane push.
Right.
And he's on a 1-game winning streak, but I think he won 5 of his last 6. So, yeah, he came in, he beat down the Raging Russians, who I don't even know how they have a better record than me. Again, outlier season, Jarek. You want to touch on this real quick?
Yeah, just real quick, man. This is a pretty, Raging Russians bummed out, put up 88. That's a tough week. Eckler, mediocre week. Brady's just kind of a mediocre arm anymore. Yeah. We definitely watched the descent of the GOAT come on down the mountain. You know what I mean? There's some rocks falling behind him too. So you got Indianapolis defense out there. I don't know why you'd ever play that against Cowboys, but somehow they managed to put up 12 points and have 54 points put on them. So I don't know how that happens, and then this man, Stockman's got C-Watt. C-Watt's a good move. He's all Green Bay has. And let's not fail to mention his namesake, Diggs and Lamb have been put as 18 and 17 respectively. They've been putting up all season for that man, so he ain't got nothing to worry about in that aspect. But lest we forget about old Jeffro. My name is Jeff Wilson.
My name is Jeff.
He put up 0.3 of a point. Going forward, that's looking pretty scary going into the playoffs. So, but 154 is high points on the week. Give that man his flowers. He even had plenty of bench bacon with A.J. Dillon with 20. DPJ with 16 and Jerick McKinnon with 13. So that's a lot of bacon to replace some of those single digits that he had last week. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, man. He's just making a push, man. Not much else to be said. Oda, you want to talk about your rival, man, and possibly meeting him in the playoffs?
Well, yeah, he played a good game. 154 points, like you said, with all that bench bacon, man. But this is kind of what I was talking about before when I was saying conundrums with other positions, man, because he's normally starting A.J. Dillon. Is he not going to start A.J. Dillon, or is he going to start Jeff Wilson? Is Jeff Wilson going to be the one going off? This is what I'm talking about in those situations where he doesn't have those guys where it's like I'm going to start this guy no matter what, so it could become a problem. It's working for him right now. Like you said, 154 points, man, even with a guy with 0 in his lineup, but outlier, you get 40 points from your defense, you're going to win the game. I mean, if you lose a game with 40 points from your defense, you have a shitty lineup, period. But on the Raging Russian side, big disappointment, guy. Big disappointment. I mean, you might have had a playoff push. I don't think you have one, man. With guys like McKenzie as your top wide receiver, possibly. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it is.
Thielen.
I mean, it has to be McKenzie's your top wide receiver, and there's nobody on your bench. I mean, you got 16 from Pierce this week, but you might need to start him. He might be the best wide receiver you have, but it's just looking bad all over, man. Jamal Williams didn't have his usual 3 touchdowns, which didn't save you. And there's really much nothing you can do, man. I mean, you got 2 defenses. You started the wrong defense. 88 points is subpar, man. Do better.
Do better, man. Do better. And I'll take some of my own words there by doing better. If I had 40 out of my defense, I'd still be making a playoff push right now. But I digress. That's not what this is about. This is about, what I'm saying, recapping the league and, letting people know that their teams ain't shit and fuck their teams. Let's move on over here to another matchup of a team making a push and another team that'll probably be in the playoffs one way or another. Dominic, the Dominators, winner of 7 straight fucking games. Every game he's won, I've lost. against Obi-Wan Mahomey, defending champion, 137 to 120. You know, when teams are scoring points, you know, what can you say? Both of these teams are scoring points. The Great, you want to hit us? You want to start us off in this matchup?
Well, the Dominators, man, they came and do what the name says, man. They dominated, bro. Like, I mean, every week has been somebody different for this guy, man, to show up. You know, DK showed up with the 22, and St. Brown has been showing up every week, man. And what really boiled down to it in this matchup, man, came down to the you know, Obi-Wan Mahomey, his usual tandem of Mahomes and Kelsey didn't give the output they normally give, man. These guys are putting up 60 points every week. You know, you get that 60 points, you know, you get another 60 points. That's a quick 120. You know, I mean, it ain't much to get, you know, 140 and beat down, but it didn't happen this week for him, man. Like Kelsey did not show up, and that's been his, you know, go-to all year, man. So, but like I said, the Dominators definitely came and dominated, man. They got a lot of guys with 20 plus points, and anytime you can get that in your lineup, that accounts for more than one player. So if anybody's doing good, you know, you're definitely winning. And if anybody's doing bad, you still have a chance to win, because that's just a lot of points. So, you know, first place, Dom's on his way, man, for the bye. He's already got his asterisk, man. He's sitting back high. Hopefully somebody can beat him this week. I don't know who plays him, but it'd be nice to knock him down and peg. But
yeah, I forget who he plays too, because you know I just don't give a fuck at this point. Yeah, what did you see here, Jared? What do you want to touch on?
Hey, shit, man, he ain't gonna go far with A-Rod as his quarterback. You know, like I said, he's got Tyreek Hill and ASB out in Detroit floating. It's another team with a good wide receiver core that's taken over. And on the weeks that Amari Cooper is only getting single digits, what's that gonna look like? You know, are they gonna bring Brisket back in, bro, in Cleveland? Because Cooper shit the bed with and D-Watt had 5 points. Cooper had 6.
Yeah.
Yo, that's looking scary if you have any Browns that are producing.
Yeah.
You know, Aaron Jones, Green Bay has just been shit in the bed, bro. AJ Dillon had like 20 points. So if you know, all it's going to take is one fuck up like that from your Packers in the playoffs, and it's tough.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, he had, you know, just kind of a mediocre week if you're looking at it now. I mean, you got 30 out of one receiver, and then 25 out of another receiver, and 22 out of DK Metcalf, and that's it. I mean, the rest of your team shit the bed. So that, I mean, you get almost 30 burgers out of 3 receivers. I guess that's all you need to win a week. Obi-Wan, former, current champ, about to be former champ here soon, few weeks. When hopefully his Chiefs aren't hitting this week, because I need Dick to put the hooks on him. Put the hooks on him, Dick. You know what I mean? Grab his dick and twist it. From the old dick twist. Yo, we need something this week out of you, Dick. You know, no homo. But it is what it is. His team, it can put up. It just depends on how the Chiefs go, man. If the Chiefs put up big numbers, then his team puts up big numbers. 120 wasn't enough to beat Dominators, and we'll see. We'll see if I can steal that 6th spot this week. I got to win, and Dick has to win, and I take the former champs or current, soon to be former champs position in the playoffs.
Yeah, man, that is an actual fact, man. That is an actual fact. All right, moving right along, man. Moving right along. We got, speaking of Dick, picking up yet another win. He wins again. He'll be tied with me.
He's no longer double dicking.
Yeah, no, he's not double dicking anymore, man.
It's one dick.
And speaking of double dicking, go ahead and you want to start this matchup off, the Great?
Well, yeah, I'll start it off, man. I mean, Dick had a good week this week, man. You know, he came and played. What really happened is, you know, Russ Family Fantasy, man, we had high hopes for this guy, man, and it's not looking good, man. I don't know if he mismanaged, man. He just these guys hunkered over there, man, with the teams and didn't make the right moves. I mean, Joe Burrow is the only one really been saving them all year, and T. Higgins, and it's just not really looking good. I don't think he's gonna make the playoffs. Dick's been out here, squandering people's season, man, just taking their lives away, man, with these wins, man. His team is coming on the push at the end of the season. Guys like Zeke Pacheco, he's been swearing on that Pacheco guy, man, and Terry McLaurin, bro. What do you do? And he's got bench bacon out there too, a little bench bacon, from a guy that he's probably never going to start because he's always had that conundrum. But see, there it goes again. What I was talking about, the conundrum. And it's not just a position with one player, where he's got running backs. He don't know where running back to start. The guy he got on the bench had 18 points. I mean, it's just a situation where some guys just don't really know who to play. And but Dick would play this week to get the win. That's all that mattered. He got the win. Dick's out here taking seasons, man, while he's over here rooting for himself in the toilet bowl. So
yeah, man. Definitely ruining seasons playing spoiler. Jarek, what'd you see here?
Hey, well, I mean, you're not gonna sit Nick Chubb playing against Houston. Man got him in 8. That's a tough week. Burrow put up his best 34. I don't know if that's his best, but he put up a good week for him. He's starting Paris Campbell. Oof, that's just tough. Especially against that Cowboys defense. That's a mistake.
He's starting Richie James.
Richie James, man, 4.4 points. Richie James and Washington's had a tough defense, man. They got a tough defensive squad out there. Mm-hmm. Rashad White, I would have been starting him over Fournette the last 4 or 5 weeks, to be honest. Yeah, that's the conundrum. You got 2 players on the same squad. If they're both going to get work, you find some way to fit them in. That's what that flex position's for. It looks like he, had a tough choice to make with Nick Chubb and Barkley, and he put, on paper he played the right ones. I would have played Rashad over Fournette, but I mean Fournette put up 11, so that's not terrible. It's just, I've been playing two receivers on the same squad, the Cardinals, and it's been working out for me last few weeks. I mean, last week they were on bye, but and on the other side, you got Zeke. Zeke's come to life as kind of the Cowboys' offense has come to life since Dak's been back. You got a 13 out of Kirk that hurts, but Jets aren't no joke on defense. It's just yeah. I mean, you got Dick is coming on strong at the end, like he ate a fucking blue chew, bro. I'm telling you, this motherfucker. He's out the wreck seasons, and it all started with that Taysom Hill waiver ad by his rival, and that gave him the fire. It was like the igniter, man.
It was.
And it was woof. And now look what you've created, a monster bean. And I hope he's tearing through the city of the champ this week.
Yeah, man. Again, pettiness is what SSL kind of is built off of, man. So, and then Dominic, man, let me mention petty move of the week, man. Seeing Lamar go down, knowing I had no free agency dollars, he picked up Tyler Huntley. And that was the move that let me know that Dominic is not only, championship material, but he definitely belongs in the SSL. So, the stuff like that, man, the little things you got to be able to, put together, not just building a team or setting a roster. We're going to move over to the pick'ems, man. Jarek, you said you got 8 picks somehow. That means you had more than 1 week that you couldn't get on there.
Listen, it was like 2 weeks, and they're like 3, spaced apart a couple weeks. It's the weeks that I have zeros in on here, bro.
All right,
but well, I sent my picks. I got
good.
Screenshots.
All good. We're not challenging you. That would just make the first place teams. Diggs had a little limb, and Killer Jankety with 44. Right. Oda Great with 39. Actually, that's be me, Christian Mingle with 40, and then 39 from Oda Great 38 from Peanut, and then I think the Jeffersons have like 38, 39 too. I can't remember. They have a couple of mistakes.
Let's get that math right. I'm in first with 45. 37 plus 8 is 45.
Okay, well, you know what? Fuck your team and fuck your math. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you my picks real quickly before we get up out of here. I'm going with Christian Mingle over Great Patron because he didn't even have a lineup set yet. I'm going with Motor Great Dick over the First Down Killers to get his bye. I'm going with Dominic over Diggs Had a Little Lamb. I'm going with Oda Great over Team Dogwater. I'm going with Russ Family Fantasy over the Raging Russians. And I'm going with Dick over PJ. And I'm locking those in. Fuck y'all teams. Jarek?
All right, I'm picking Christian Mingle beat Tron because I don't know what 72 projection
He's got
is.
16 buys, man.
Yeah, he's got a lot of buys.
I saw that. That's ridiculous, man. Every player on his team is out. I was wondering about that.
Management.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really draft around buys, but you kind of look at that like a few weeks in advance.
Yeah.
And I think he knows that he's out, and so that's called the old towel throw right into the ring.
Yep.
Stop the fight, ref.
Yeah.
I'm picking Moda Great Dick to get a dub because I don't pick Peanut ever. I don't think I picked him once this year. Ever since he started talking about put some respect on my name, fuck his team. I ain't ever picking his shit. Catch that L. You got a lucky dub last week. It ain't happening this week. Moda Great Dick has chosen the sword, and he will be swinging that sword this week. Let's see. I got Dominators because he's in first place. Diggs Had a Little Lamb's going to give him a good fight, but I think old first place has got that one. I'm picking Team Dogwater, bro. I'm picking myself. I pick myself all the way, bro, all the way, and we're coming back, bro. We're going to get that dub against Al and the family, who's projected high points again this week. We saw how that worked out for him last week. I'm looking for similar results. I am picking Russ Family Fantasy over Raging Russians. There's another towel throw team. I also think he's got Indies on bye this week. So there's another one that's just ravaged with buys. And then I am picking the Jeffersons, the old OG Dick. He's going to get his dub against the current, soon-to-be former champ. Submit picks, rack it up, and that should get me the dub this week.
Locked
for
in,
the pick'ems on the season.
Oh yeah, good luck to you. Oda Great, man. Before we get out of here, we got a couple more minutes. Go ahead and close us out with your pick'ems.
I'm gonna go with the Minglers over Great Patron as we discussed, man. He don't even have a team this week. I got Motor Great Dick, man. This is the game. This is actually a game I'm looking forward to, man. Motor Great Dick versus First Down Killers, man.
Same.
Like, two guys that have never really been there, man. They're there now, and they're talking their shit. And one of them's got to come out with the win, man. And that's gonna be a good look. But I got Motor Great Dick pulling this off, but I might switch that, man. I don't know.
They put a little money on that one too.
Yeah. That's a game.
Mitchell's feeling himself.
I got the Dominators beating. Diggs Had a Little Lamb. He's above me in the pick'em, so I need to make this. I know he's gonna pick himself, so I need to get that pick anyway. So I don't really care who wins that game, but it's gonna be a good game too. Of course, I got myself over Team Dogwater. Of course, he's supposedly, allegedly ahead of me in the pick'em, so I got to make sure I get that on him too. I'm going to take Russ Family Fantasy over Raging Russians. Like I said, I don't know what's going on, but he might switch something up and get his shit up a little bit. I think he got the coach defense, but he got another defense on his roster because he rosters two defenses. And then I'm going to take my homies to beat Dick this week, man. Might switch that up those two, man. It's a lot of toss-ups this week, man. But I'm gonna submit picks now. But I might have to go back and look at some stuff because it's a tough week.
Yeah, man, it's a tough week, man, especially when you've lost 7 in a row. Again, that's not why we're here. We're here to, bring the viewers, up-to-date information about the Sunday Smokers League. Yeah, man, to all the teams making a push, good luck to you. To all the asterisks that have been earned, congratulations on that. And to all the playoff teams, man, good luck. And, the teams that have been there before, they know how important the SSL championship is. And you know, the teams that haven't, yeah, it's gonna change your life, man, if you're able to do it. So
I think the league got flipped upside down.
say it again.
The league got flipped upside down.
Oh, it did.
For the first time, you know, in SSL history, where it's all new cast, man.
It definitely is. If you look at, you know, the teams looking on the outside in, you've got Team Dogwater, former champion, Christian Mingle, former champion, the Jeffersons, former champion. And then you look at the top, Dominic, never even really been in the playoffs, I don't think, before. First down killers, habitual losers. Motor Great Dick. The name speaks for itself. And then you know, you got Diggs and a little lamb that won 6 because I mean he's won 2 championships. Don't let him win a third. We will never hear the end of it. And I just couldn't take it. Man. I just couldn't take it. All right, man. Well, shit. We getting up out of here, man. Another great podcast. We'll be back for week 14 and then obviously for wild card round and through the playoffs. SSL podcast will be here representing, man. So for all those that said the podcast was dead, Dick, fuck you and your team. I mean, yeah, man. Y'all be cool, man. Keep it easy. See you next week.
That's what it is.